Hello, it's me, French Ted, and we are here for episode number 7 of our local to global series. We're already at Tiny. We're making some decent strides. We're a couple of months ahead of where we were last time just because we're not really doing much with these shows. I think once we, as I think I've said this before, but once we get to small, that's when I'll hopefully have the money and the popularity and everything else to do like a weekly show, and then that's when we'll start actually building a roster, storylines, etc. But for now it's just 2 events a month, still sticking with it because it's slowly now starting to work. You can see that we're not in debt. We were in debt in the last episode, and we've also been using YouTube, so we're now at the point where we're making enough money each month that we're making profits and also being able to afford to use the YouTube broadcast. But let's just run through a couple of things. We'll go through the past shows, but let's just quickly look at our size. So we are now 24 in southern England, and we're slowly growing in other places because of YouTube's exposure. So just tracking the progress. Looks like we're going up 1 a month, which is decent. There was an anomaly here where we went up 2. I'm hoping that can happen again soon because we'll be into 25, 26 before anything real happens. And that's kind of annoying because we're using a real world mod, of course. I don't want to get too far into the future where we're using people that no one's heard of because that'll make thumbnails very difficult. But yeah, we're 24 now in July. We've still got 2 shows into July, so I'm hoping we'll be 25 end of July at least. Can we look at our size everywhere? Oh, we just do it here, right? Yeah, the pop's not really doing much anywhere else. I mean, actually, Europe, we got 2. Nice little spill over there. And we're just starting to build it up in other places here. But we're just going to stick with Southern England because that's what we want to do. Last seen is 16 days because YouTube is available everywhere. It's not doing much for us, but we're focused solely on Southern England to 35. That's all we want. That's all we want. And then, looking at finances, we were making profits each month, kind of. Cash at the end was 676, but we were making a profit, which is pretty cool. View financial estimate. So we're getting about $4,500 from sponsors each month, which is great. Cost per show isn't too much production, obviously an extra bit of money. We haven't upped any of our production yet because, again, it has negatives, but it doesn't have enough negatives where we're worried. So all of our production stuff, where is production? This is all low. YouTube are happy for everything to be low as well, which is fine. And looking at our rival levels, limited, volunteers, amateur, small time. Yeah, they're the same. I mean, Eve aren't really our rival because another thing to notice is we're now 40th in the world. Oh, we can't do it there. We can do it here. Let's order by size. So we've gone up even further. We are all the way. I can't see us. I've gone black here. So I know it's not much, but I think we were 45 or 44 at the end of the last one. So so we've gone above a few other companies here, which is nice to see. Above PWG, which I think is hilarious. I would happily swap rosters with them if I'm being honest. But I'm sure we can pick some of these guys up. I think I'm going to slowly, and I mean slowly, start branching out and bringing in like the odd, northern talent or something. Because I think we can start affording some talents and some what's it called? My mind's gone blank. The travel costs. There we go, travel costs. But at the same time, a part of me is like, just stick with these Southern England guys. It's fine because then we'll just keep making money and saving money. So we'll see how this episode plays out. I don't think we're going to be signing anyone new this episode. We might, maybe like the odd 1 or 2. But apart from that, it's just going to be same old roster. We can take a look at them in a moment. Actually, let's look at them now. So not much has changed. I think 1 or 2 people have been let go. But that's mostly just because of they either had a long-term injury, so it's like, why even keep them here? Or I just got rid of them. So if there's any names that have disappeared, it's been like maybe 2 weeks since I've recorded. the last one, because I tend to bulk record like maybe 4 or 5 episodes and then have a few days off. But yeah, Ashton and Shakara are still our champions, both doing very, very well. Aisha Ray doing pretty well without the belt, although, you know, she might need it soon. I mean, this guy's just been blowing up. Like, we've got no one close to him really in popularity. So yeah, just quickly running through all of these. It's not a long roster, so you can always just take a look and pause, look at stats, look at pop, and the like. Lynn Cool, I don't know if I mentioned her in the last episode. Actually, I can see when she was hired, and then I'll know. Week 2, April. Yeah, I would have hired her, but she wouldn't have debuted. But yeah, so Lynn Cool is one of the regens of this game, and she's got okay stats, to be fair, like nothing incredible, but given that she's brand new to the game, you know, she's a rookie, a young lion, whatever you want to say, she's got potential to grow, which is quite exciting. I changed her picture because if we go on here, that's the picture it chose, and to me that doesn't look like a wrestler, whereas I think this one looks a little bit more like a wrestler, a little bit cooler as well. Good old Lynn Cool. Based in Birmingham, but she's based in Southern England, which is nice. So I'm going to keep checking the Southern England area every now and then, because there was a few other workers that were new, but they were pretty terrible. So yeah, but she has wrestled since. I'll show you that in our show history. And yeah, Lynn Cool was a new name, an LLW original, you could say. But yeah, here's the rest of the roster. Tate, Tennessee, our referee, good old Bill Regal, and Zoe Lucas. Let's jump to the show history now. And I believe we were April. So these are the last ones that you guys saw. So let's move on to our May show, where we had Gursinda Singh and Tate Mayfair's defeat Cassius and Josh Wall in a tag team match. Another thing is we've been able to branch out, do some tag teams, 4-ways, things like that, and not have to worry about losing money as well. So we're in a kind of comfortable position. We're in a break-even position at the minimum, which is great. Then we just did a segment where Regal announces Lynn Cool, just because, you know, get her a little bit of pop, you know. And then Lynn Cool gets the win over Kira Kamara. And then Ashton Smith defeats Levi Muir to retain the King of the Lariat League title, because I think Levi won here. Yeah, he beat Tate Mayfair's, which earned him that opportunity. Over to Lariat League in London in the Cockpit Theatre, our new place, because unfortunately Stratford Circus is a bit too small for us now. Dan McGee beat Big T Justice, Aisha Ray and Lynn Cool. Lynn Cool getting another win, beating Jade and Laura James. Regal announcing the main event, and we gave Ashton Smith the night off. So we had Gursinda Singh defeat Tate Mayfair's and Robert Sharp in a 3-way, earning Gursinda another opportunity at the King of the Lariat League title. Funnily enough, moving Ashton Smith off of this one event has made him unhappy, which I think is hilarious. But he's back, of course. So Damon Moser defeats Big T Justice in this match. Shakara defeats Aaliyah James, Lynn Cool, and Zoe Lucas in a 4-way for the Queen of Lariat League title. Regal interviews Shakara about her win. I spelled Shakara wrong, it's fine. And then Ashton Smith defends his title against Robert Sharp. I do quite like Robert Sharp, this guy. I think he's pretty cool. And then finally, we did all 4 already? Yeah, we did. And then finally, we got Ashton Smith taking on Tate Mayfair. Doing it in reverse order now, because why not? To retain the title. Shakara defeated Tennessee Honey to retain the title. And then Cassius, Dan McGee, and Damon Moser defeated Jack Starks, Robert Sharp, and Big T Justice in a 6-man trios match, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, just the generic Regal pop. So yeah, 237. So last time we saw you, it was 205. We're now 237. And as you can see, YouTube is on all of these. So we've been using YouTube constantly, and we're in the plus. So I think I'm going to keep using YouTube. I don't think it gives us a huge boost in terms of popularity, but I mean, it's there. We might as well. So let's just look at our broadcasting, because I think the deal is only 6 months. So yeah, so 2 months and 3 weeks it's left. Minimum quality is 19, which is great. And I just think every time it expires, we just get a new deal and keep going on like a 6-month rolling contract thing. I have recently looked, and there's no one else willing to negotiate, which is fine. I'm happy with just using YouTube for now, because why not? We've got William Regal, double duty. He's a road agent and commentator or announcer for everything. And yeah, because it's only a 1 hour show, we only need one referee. Referee's not going to get burnt out or tired. So yeah, we've got a pretty cushy situation at the moment. I don't think there's anything else to look at. One thing I was going to look at was the alliances and see if we can get in one. This would have been an interesting one to join because obviously all the profits are shared equally, and I imagine DDT, Noah definitely make profits each month, so that would have been fun to steal money from them, but we're not eligible for that. We can try. No. Independent Wrestling TV as well. Not really something I want to join. I mean, if anything, this probably would have been the one that I'd join because it's probably the most realistic. But yeah, not eligible. Forbidden Door, we're eligible to join this because anyone can join it, but I think New Japan will kick us out immediately. Plus, these trading alliances I don't think benefit us that much because we don't get any rub from the other companies, and the only benefit is that we can loan talent, but loaning talent will cost money, so we don't want to do that. And then WWE Universe, again, it's just another talent trading one, which I'm not a fan of. There is the option of founding an alliance. The trouble is, though, if we found an alliance and no one joins us, what's the point? So just looking at alliances, if we go here, just to give everyone a background on the kind of alliances, there are a few. There are 6 different types. Titles are just alliances. They're shared amongst all the companies. Loans is where you loan wrestlers. So a public alliance is where members' prestige and momentum can be affected by other members. So if we brought someone in that's doing complete shit, that might rub off on us and harm us. But if it's doing the opposite, big up. Consortium ones are the most interesting ones because people who make profits, it all gets thrown into the pot and divided. I imagine the people that don't make a profit will take away from that pot, which kind of sucks. But you can be quite smart with that. Board alliances, these are the kind of boring ones now. This means that you can't run shows outside your home area if another member is a part of that. Territorial, you're only allowed to run shows in the home region. Protective, again, can only run shows in the home region of another member. And then trading alliances is what most of the main ones are. So I don't think I'm going to do anything here. If I did, it would be a consortium, and then I would see who we can bring in. I would try and get the biggest alliances possible, because obviously the bigger the company, you'd assume the more money they make. Although I do know that the AI for Tony Khan in this game is usually very good at hemorrhaging money, so we would not, well, we can't anyway because they're already in an alliance, but we would not want TK anywhere near us. But we can look at relationships here and just try and make some friendly ones. So let's go slowly through, and just any companies that I'm already aware of that I like, I'm going to be friendly with. I know they're not part of Alliance, and I know that they've got Zack Sabre Jr., so I'm going to adopt a friendly thing with them. Beyond Wrestling, nah. Big Japan, Black Label, Capital City, CMML, DDT already on one. Deadlock, I'm a big fan of Deadlock Pro Wrestling. We'll do that. Defy, Dragon Gate, maybe. Game Changer, Gambari Pro, Gato Move, German Wrestling. Oh no, we'll do WXW instead. Gleat, Ice Ribbon, ICW Impact. They're already part of one. AAA, Major League. No, Major League are terrible. I thought they were better than what this game's doing to them. North Wrestling, Black Label, Basara. We're thing is, we're above half these. I mean, PWG, it's always good to be friendly with them. They're a fun crowd. Progress, yeah, they're probably the best British or English company, so yeah, we'll be nice to them. And then I think, I would do it with TJP, but I wouldn't. Negative opinion, why? There we go, positive. Stardom, I would, but they're part of a company. I would like an all-women's company. I mean, these guys are all women's, aren't they? Actress girls. Let's look at them. Feds, actress girls. What are they like? 100 and something. Can we look at their finances? No, we can't. That's annoying. But yeah, do they have anyone that we know of? None of these faces are familiar. Natsumi Sumikawa, that's her, I'm guessing. Ranked 28th out of 50, that's pretty good. And the 33rd richest. Can we do it by riches? What we can. Alright, who's got mad money? Stardom, Noah, AAA, Tokyo Joshi Pro. Go on, Dragon Gate, DDT. See, this is. I wouldn't say that that's rich. Well, it is rich, but you know what I mean. Game Changer. They've got money. Who would have thought they'd have much money? All Japan, nice. Yeah, they got Zack Sabre Jr. They got him on an exclusive deal too. Madness. Do you know what? Have I just talked myself into trying to set up my own alliance? Should we try it? WXW, I'd love to include them as well. Because just, this is all the German European connection. So it'd be cool to get like a Japanese, an American, a European, Australia, maybe not. What's the best Australian? Let's go location. So USA. Any Canadian promotions? There's one, and we're already better than them, I think. Mexico. I mean, I'm not really fussed about Mexico. British Isles, that's us. Japan, Europe, Oceania. Any Australian. Rampage, they're tiny. We're above all of these, I think. 49th, yeah. 48th, 42nd, yeah. We're above all of these. PWA is probably the highest, but that's still not great. Yeah, I wouldn't bother with these. I don't think there's any Indian promotions, is there? There should be. Like, if you're going to have it as a location. But yeah, do you know what? I've talked myself into it. Let's try and create one. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. We've just got to think of it now. I mean, there's custom logos in here, but I think it's kind of... I might create a logo. So give me a sec. I'll come back. I'll think of a name and a logo. And yeah, when you come back, it'll be right in front of us. Okay, and we are back. Didn't take us as long as I thought it would to think of a name. It's not the most original one, so don't be expecting anything crazy awesome like LLW. But I just whipped up a cheeky little logo as well on Canva. Good old Canva, we love Canva. If we jump here we have the Global Wrestling Consortium, and there's the little logo there. It's not the best quality when it gets shrunk down to that size, but yeah, Global Wrestling Consortium. I thought the fancy writing made sense because of William Regal. We are the founding member and the only member. The alliance requirements, we've kind of allowed anything except insignificant, which is fair enough. So now we're just going to try and invite people that we have just become friends with. So let's see, will they join? They've accepted. Yes, perfect. We also wanted to include Deadlock Pro, so DPW, yes. And we also wanted WXW for now. Westside Extreme Wrestling invite. Cool. Nice. So let's close that. We've now got these people. So we will now, I believe, get profits from whatever profits these guys have. And hopefully they make profits. We can also propose loans with people. Oh, no, we can't. No, we can't. Why is that there? That's annoying. Okay, I don't think there's much else outside of this now than just making money. So we can't trade, which is fair enough. I think the money is most important. There's no alliance titles. We can create one, but I'm not going to bother with that just yet. So we've got these guys who have got one. I'm hoping they started with 1 million and they made 87,000. Because if we've just brought in people that don't make money, then that sucks. As the same here. I hope they started at 300k. Is there any way to... There's no way to check, is there? Roster, products, titles, Hall of Fame. No. Size. Then can it take us to thing though? They're not much bigger than we are. Oh. And then obviously WXW. Let's look at their size. What are they saying? 49 in Europe. Yeah, so they are small. That's cool. But yeah, so we now are part of a consortium. I'm assuming that happens at the... it says you can propose talent trades with any other member. So why... Oh, it's here, talent trades. Okay. So we can just do talent offer, I think. Oh, we offer someone. We can offer to trade. No one would be interested in that. Talent swap. Permanently swap members. Wow. Cool. So we got that. That's cool. And I'm assuming end of the month is when the pot happens and we either make money or lose money. So that's a risk that we're taking. Might have been a silly idea, might not have been. We can see. Although, to be fair, if it's with the Alliance, should we just like try and bring in as many people as possible, and then we can always expel them, you know? Like, for example, if we just go order of money, obviously they're part of something, they're part of something, they're part of something. They are. I don't know if AAA are, but we can like invite them. Invite? Rejected. Okay, that's fair enough. Impact no, Tokyo no, Dragon Gate. Let's keep an eye on the money. I'll keep an eye on the money. Anyone that's making mad money each month, we'll invite them, because why not? And then that means we can be a little bit more loose with our finances in terms of hiring talent and things like that. But I think I've spoken enough on this screen. I think I've covered everything as well. Just quickly show you the titles as well. Ashton Smith still the champion, 35 prestige. I believe we started at 30. Yeah, so we've got +5 prestige so far, and the women has gone up by 3. Yes, so our titles are getting better slowly but surely. So let's just stop all of this office talk. We're done in the office. Let's go head to the ring and book LLW live. Here we are for Lariat League Live, or LLW Live, if you want to call it that, because that's his actual name. We've got 3 matches tonight, very straightforward matches, one of which is a number 1 contenders match, and the other one is, of course, featuring Ashton Smith. And as per the rules that we've set in Lariat League, if you're a king or a queen, you're forever defending your crown. Whether it's in a singles, a triple threat, a 4-way, a battle royale, etc. Obviously not tag teams. You will be defending your crown week in, week out, or for this, bi-weekly in, bi-weekly out. But this is our opening match, Roy Johnson and Dan McGee. And about that had good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd. Dan McGee gets the win. He defeats Roy Johnson by submission. A nice win for Dan McGee. This isn't the number 1 contenders match, by the way. It's for the Queen of the Lariat League title. Roy Johnson with a 38, not the best, but 20 plus minute matches aren't his thing, but I don't care. Let's get your cardio up, mate. And Dan McGee crushed it with a 50. Great start to the show. Now the next one is a 3-way match to decide the Queen of the Lariat League, and it's between Aisha Ray, Aaliyah James and Lynn Cool. And this one I didn't think was going to be the best, but why not? I want to give Lynn Cool a go. We need to get her pop up if we're going to start using her more often, so why not now while we're at our lowest pop? So in a decent match though, Aisha Ray, of course she does, she gets the win, which means that she has another chance at becoming a 2-time Queen of the Lariat League. She'll be facing Shakara at next month's LLW, so not at Lariat League in London, at LLW Live in August. But yeah, she defeats Aaliyah James and Lynn Call in 15 minutes when she pins Lynn Call with a suicide dive. Not too sure how that works. Some of these movesets are very strange. In terms of ring work, of course, Aisha Ray was head and shoulders above everyone else. 32 rated match, Aisha with a 49, Lynn with a 21, and Aaliyah with a 38. Aaliyah, who is actually part with us, part with NXT, but for some reason she's never on NXT. But this match got the crowd buzzing though. Lynn Call was exhausted. Match was too short for important matches. I'm kind of just ignoring that for now because it's hard to do 3 20-minute plus matches when 90% of our roster don't really have the stamina for it. Plus, when you need to throw Steal the Show in as well, it can be difficult because I don't think anyone can go 20 plus and steal the show at this point. So there are some that we're just going to have to, sacrifice on. But this takes us to our main event. It is Ashton Smith defending his LLW, not his LLW title, his King of the Lariat League title against the man that won number 1 contendership a few shows ago, Gursinder Singh. I believe this is his 2nd or 3rd attempt at the title. Let's see if it's 2 or 3 times lucky. 54. Oh, and about that had superb wrestling and great heat. Ashton Smith and Gursinder Singh drew in 23 minutes with a double disqualification. Now, I did mark this actually as a count out. Doesn't say it there. So I'm going to say double disqualification via count out. Ashton with a 58, Gursinder with a 51. Oh, pretty good match of 54 overall, and obviously all hell has broken loose. Obviously Ashton Smith has his title, but Gersinda is saying that's not fair. I deserve to be the champion. You didn't beat me. Let's do it again right now. Of which, of course, good old William Regal has to come out and just say, whoa, 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 chaps. This is not how we do it in the Lariat League. We have it in official matches, one match a night or whatever. So that means that Gersinda, you did not lose. Therefore, you have not lost your number 1 contendership. So later this month at Lariat League in London, you will get your rematch. And this one will be a Falls Count Anywhere. So there'll be no disqualification and no count out. Boys, have a good one. And that is how we end this show. So a big announcement, these two having a go at it again after a pretty good match. So at LLW, Lariat League in London, need to remember that. Week 3, July, we will be there. Main event, Ashton Gersinda, the rematch in a Falls Count Anywhere. So let's end the show, see how we did. 54, nice one. Woohoo. And just to try and make Ashton happy with us again, we're just going to praise him. And who else? Dan McGee did well. Let's give Dan McGee a go. Oh, let's good performance, good example. Boom, boom, boom. Perfect, cool. So yeah, that was Lariat League Wrestling Live. Let's jump straight over to Lariat League in London, where we've got that big main event. Very exciting. If anything happens in between, I'll be sure to pop in and let you know. But if not, I'll see you at Lariat League in London. Okay, as you can see, nothing happened in between the two shows. So we are here for Lariat League in London. And we're opening with a tag team match and a debut. We have signed this young, perky little 19-year-old boy called Lewis Horn. He is a regen. Quite a lot of the male regen pictures have this blue background and it's just a profile. I think these are people from like college athletes or something. It's just a bunch of free images. So this is Lewis Horn. He looks like a lad from London. In a decent pre-show match, he loses on his debut. Levi Muir and Tate Mayfairs get the win when they make Lewis Horn submit. Poor Lewis, what a debut with a 13 rating. Wow. He might not be used for a while with a 13 rating. But Tate gets a 59, that's really good, and Dan McGee with a 52. Them two are stealing the show. Lewis Horn, he was really off his game, so we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. But he was exhausted by the end because most of these new workers have 0 stamina, so it's really hard to kind of build them up. But yeah, a good opening match, 48, can't complain. Levi getting a win. I think he's like a future star or something. He's young and he's got some really good star quality, so we're going to want to try and keep hold of him and see what we can do. Following this, we've got some women's action. It's not the title match. The title match will be at the next event. That will be Shakara taking on Aisha Ray. And this is Zoe Lucas and Katie Lees. We haven't seen Katie Lees in a little while, but she's here and she's losing. Zoe Lucas wins with the Lucas landslide. Interesting move. I quite like the sound of that. Zoe gets a 37 rated and Katie gets a 28. Oh. Bout dragged in the middle, lack of flow being noticeable, so that sucks. A 29 rating overall, not the best. But in all honesty, the choice of women we have at this level aren't, groundbreaking or anything. So it's not something that I'm surprised by when it's a 29. And we've seen better, we've seen a lot worse. So as long as it's above our target number, that's all that matters. Moving on now, we have got William Regal announcing the main event. So remember last time we had Ashton Smith and Gersinda Singh go to a draw due to a double disqualification via count out. This is now a Falls Count Anywhere. No count out, no disqualification. There has to be a pinfall or a submission to decide our king of the Lariat League, and it is up next. Let's see what happens. Just a side note, I haven't selected a winner for this, so that means someone else could win. And in About that had fantastic heat and great wrestling. Ashton Smith does it again. He defends his King of the Lariat League title with the GTS, pinning Gersinda Singh in 19 minutes. Ashton Smith has now made defense number 13 of his King of the Lariat League title, and King Ashton cannot be dethroned. Ashton with a 58, Gersinder with a 40. They were both visibly tiring towards the end. I slapped to steal the show on this just to see what they could do. I knew they'd be knackered, but it's all right. Match was a little too short. That's fine. It was only 1 minute short, so get over yourself. But it still got 56, which is pretty good. So let's see how we did. 54 overall, and we're increasing popularity, so that is good to see. What we'll do now is we'll get to the end of the month. We'll look at our popularity, and hopefully we'll get the consortium email. I don't really know how it works, so we're learning together. But let's just quickly say some nice things. One to Ashton, we want to keep him happy. Gersinder, we've had not win for a few weeks, and actually that was on the pre-show. Oh, why was that marked as pre-show? That's odd. Interesting. And then we'll give Lewis a hug for his debut. Good performance. Boom, there we go. 1, 2, 3. And there's little Lewis. All right, I'll catch you guys at the end of the month, and we will see what goes down. Okay, we are here in August. Happy August, everyone. The school holidays are happening. You can see there's the date. The reason I'm on this screen is, one, just to show off our beautiful King of the Lariat League, who's irritated because, leave him off one bloody show, and he's not happy. But what I did want to show you is the alliance, the consortium alliance where, the money gets split. It's only gone and bloody worked. We've only got these 3 people, and I kind of feel sorry for them because we're stealing their money. We've made $41,000 last month, all thanks to 41,160 was from the alliance. Yeah, unreal. I mean, it's kind of hard to determine how much we would have had without it, because obviously it puts it all in a pot, then it distributes it out. So all we know is that 41,000 each divided by 4, so that's not bad. If we add another big player, we can make even more money. But if we're making, on average, I'd say 30 to 40k a month now, yeah, that's pretty good, not gonna lie. So genius idea on my part. And then when obviously we get into a position where we're in a larger size and we're maybe making the most money out of the 3, we can just resign from the alliance, or just expel everyone and just be our own thing, because this is obviously our consortium. But yeah, awesome, that's great. Let's look at our popularity. Did we go up 25? I think we did. Yes, we did. We went up by 1. Keep going up by 1. That is so exciting. It's annoying that you can't just suddenly jump up, because obviously we've been averaging 40 to 50 rated shows. So yeah, this is going to be a slow burn. I think I might end the episode here, just because I've done a lot of talking, we've done a lot of office work, new alliance, we got mad money now. That doesn't mean I'm just going to go splurging it. I'm still going to be really smart with my money, because we also have to make a profit for the consortium to make a profit. But that does mean I will be branching out to the rest of the UK in terms of talent. So we'll get some new members on the roster, and it should be more exciting. And also, in the next episode, we will have the Queen of the Lariat League rematch, Aisha Ray and Shakara, in case anyone cared. And also, I might as well show you some of our new signings we have made. Alison Little, she's another regen. No popularity, but I like the picture. Even though you can choose any picture, I quite liked it. She trained in the Portsmouth School of Wrestling, which is great for us. Who else did we sign? Lewis Horn, we saw him in action. He got his first loss already. He got some good star quality, sex appeal, resilience is all quite high. Just need to work on the things that actually matter. Lynn's there. Ollie Burns, we signed Ollie Burns. The character is a cult hero among the LGBT community. That should be LGBTQ community, shouldn't it? I don't know. But yeah, we've got Ollie Burns. He seems like he's got some really good numbers going on here. So be looking forward to using him. And then finally, we hired someone called Shreddy, which I thought was really funny. It made me think of the cereal. But he looks like a fucking badass. even though he's got the class clown personality. So I'm looking forward to using this guy as well. He's got some great power. I think his stamina's decent. No, it's always stamina's piss poor. Okay, maybe we'll put him in some early matches. But yeah, I think this has been a successful episode. We've gone up in popularity. We've made a ton of money. And yeah, exciting things should be happening soon. I'm gonna branch out the roster, get some names that I actually recognize, and hopefully you guys too, and just look forward instead of looking back. And I think I'm gonna end on that. Sorry there wasn't many shows in this episode. I'm gonna probably jump ahead another month or two off camera, and we'll then jump back in, and I'll make it a show heavy episode in the next one. But yeah, thank you very much for this one, guys. The Consortium Alliance worked. It's the first time I've ever done it. Let's hope it continues, obviously, because that's not a guaranteed 40k every month. That's just what we got in that single month. So yeah, we'll have to stay on top of that, keep an eye on it, track the progress. But yeah, all good. I'm happy with this one. Thank you. Please like, comment, subscribe. Also, it's still early days, so any advice down below, let me know, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.